With the 25th selection, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim select Michael Trout. The Houston Astros select Carlos Correa. The New York Yankees select Aaron Judge.
Welcome back to Field and Diamond Talks. I'm Brake. We've got Caleb with us. We've got Matt with us, and kind of a thing that we have actually never done before. We've done this is technically 2 episodes in one day because we recorded the episode 3 of our podcast for today as well on September 1st. But this is something that I'm very excited about. And if you haven't watched episode 3, I'm not sure if this will be uploaded beforehand, but we'll see. But if you haven't watched episode 3, we talked about at the very end of the podcast about doing what is called an all-time fantasy draft. So this is going to be strictly for the MLB. So NFL is kind of getting pushed aside. We may do this in the future for the NFL, but I'll kind of explain the rundown and how this works. So if you've ever done any type of fantasy football, fantasy baseball league, you should probably kind of know how like a snake draft works. So, but I will explain for those of you that have not. So a snake draft, you essentially start with somebody who picks first, which in this case, we also split in draft order. So I am picking first out of the 3 of us here. And then obviously, like any normal draft, it goes down the line. So I would pick first, then it goes down to Caleb, and then it goes down to Matt. But rather than just going right back out to me first, it goes to Matt once again. So he gets 2 picks in a row, and then it reverses the draft order. So then it goes Caleb, and then me again, and then I get to pick again, and so on. So it just keeps going like that. So that is how the fantasy draft order will go. As far as how the rules work for this MLB all-time fantasy draft, you will be drafting all current hitter positions, including DH. So that's catcher, first, second, third, short, left, center, and right, plus the DH spot. There will be 5 starting rotations pitchers. There will be 2 relievers, and then there will be 1 closer. The main stipulation of this draft is that the players have to have been playing in the year 1980. So if they played at least just one singular game in 1980, they are available to use. Even if their prime of their career was in the 60s or 70s, they are available to use. However, if a player retired on December 31st, 1979, they cannot be used in this draft. All right. And then also another stipulation for the draft is that you have to have 3 active players that are currently, so that means players that are still currently playing on the roster at any position. So I'm excited for this. I'm sure Matt and Caleb are excited as well. So without further ado, I guess we can go ahead and get this going. So are you fellas ready?
All right.
Ready.
Okay, so the 2024 MLB all-time draft is officially underway. Break, you are on the clock.
All right, sounds good. So I will go ahead and I'll just go ahead and make my pick here. Man, a lot of pressure. I definitely a lot of guys to think about for this position, especially being the very first pick in the draft. So it could be a lot of pressure. But I think I already have the guy that I definitely want. I kind of told you guys before this draft even started because technically you guys had no shot realistically at getting him since I had the very first pick overall. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and say the pick is in. Let me know when it's been about 30 seconds.
I had it timed, but I shut it off whenever you said that the pick was in.
Okay.
So you're good.
All right. So I'll wait for your little chime here.
Oh, I was about to say I can just put it in later in the edit.
Oh, okay. All right, so with the first overall pick in the 2024 MLB All-Time Draft, Break will select Barry Bonds to play left field for him on his team. So that is my first pick. So Barry Bonds is off the board. So definitely a good pick for myself, I believe. Not too much I can say here. So.
All right, and that'll start the timer for me. I'm picking second
Okay.
currently. I got a lot of guys on my list. I'm really trying to make sure that I make a good call here. So, um, looking at all these guys on my list, I think I go ahead and I'll put in my first pick. And so the pick is in. And with the second pick in the 2024 MLB All Time Fantasy Draft, I will select Brett Saberhagen, starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals.
Very nice. Very nice pick.
All right.
All right.
You
So
are
I
on the
believe
clock.
that starts Matt. Yep.
All right. I've had this in my head for a while, and I wondering who I was going to go with first, and I got to say my pick is in, and that with the third pick in the 2024 all-time baseball team, I select Albert Pujols to play first
Very
base
nice.
for
Very
me.
nice pick.
I
Okay.
didn't even have him on my
So,
list.
yep. So, as I just stated, um, and the rules beforehand. Sorry, I'm kind of putting a pause on his time, but we'll pause on his time. We'll take a timeout. I'm not running Matt's time down on purpose or anything.
Sabotage.
So yeah, he will repick again, and then it will be Caleb's turn, and then I will pick, and then I will have a repeat pick. So I'll have 2 picks in a row. So Matt, without further ado, go ahead with your second pick in your draft.
I think I'm going to have to say my pick is in, and I want to, with the fourth pick in this 2024 all-time MLB team draft, I will select Roger Clemens for my starting pitcher.
Nice. Okay.
That's an excellent selection.
Definitely.
Okay, and I'll start my time because I go next. Looking down the list, there's a few guys that are on a team that was pretty special for a lot of fans. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put in my next pick. And with the next pick in the 2024 draft, I will be selecting George Brett from the Kansas City Royals at third base.
Nice.
Ooh.
Very nice. I almost forgot about Brett. That's a very good pick.
I was really hoping nobody would get him. I was nervous.
Okay. All right. Guess that leaves me up with the next 2 picks. So believe my pick is going to already be in. Definitely going to probably roll with a pitcher here because I want to have a great all-time hitter and great all-time pitcher. And I'm sure, as most of you would probably guess, you probably already know who this pick is. But with my second overall pick in the draft, I'm going to go with Greg Maddux at pitcher.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that was coming.
Yeah, definitely. If I can get my man Greg, I will. I'll gladly take him. Oh man. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna have to really think here. I already had some guys in mind for my next pick, but I'm not sure where I exactly want to go with this. I don't know if I want to bolster up my my rotation or if I really want to bolster up my hitters. So I think I'm gonna go with the rotation. So my second pick is going to be in. Sorry, excuse me, my third pick. My third pick technically will be in. So with my third pick in the draft, I'm going to go with Randy Johnson as starting pitcher as well.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's
Randy
tough.
Johnson, Greg Maddux, the headlining my rotation. I believe that's already a really strong start there. But sure, you guys will definitely have some guys in the mix that I'm going to have to take out of my possible selections. But we'll go ahead and we'll move on with Caleb once again. So.
All right, that's exciting. That puts me back on the clock. So I feel like I should probably. I mean, I've got a position player and a starting pitcher. I feel like every team needs a really good reliever, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put in my next pick for a reliever and kind of going with a little bit of a theme here. So with the next pick in the draft, I'll be selecting the Q himself, Dan Quisenberry, as my first relief pitcher.
Man, just going all Royals players here. I kind of like this.
can't hate on that good Royals team though.
No, very good players so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so that puts me back on the clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hmm, I think my pick is in, and I am going to take my third baseman, Chipper Jones,
Ooh,
as my next pick.
Nice. I like that.
that's an
Okay.
excellent pick. Right back on the clock you go.
And then right back on the clock, and I think I'm gonna take my pick is in. I'm gonna take my first of 2 relief pitchers. My first being Jason Isringhausen.
Oh, nice. Okay. I like that.
That's an excellent pick. I never would have heard of him if it weren't for Moneyball. There's no hate against him, but anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and put myself back on the clock. I feel like I gotta go with a current player, and I kind of mulled around trying to figure out who I was gonna pick for this. I was a little nervous as to who I might get, who might fall to me this late. So, with my pick being in, next pick in the draft, I'm going to select Freddie Freeman to play first base.
Nice. I like that
Nice.
pick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that pick a lot. Okay. Okay. So here's where this kind of gets a little tricky. My pick is in, by the way, for my next one, but this position that I'm going to have him at was not his main position. He did play quite a bit of games at this position, but this was not his main position. So, I mean, you are allowed to do that, but I mean, I'd say another rule, kind of a late one. Sorry, I know I'm kind of late to the party on this, but you can select a guy and put them at a certain position as long as they played, I would say, at least 100 games at that position. If it's something where they only played like 10, probably not. But you know what I mean? So with my this is my fourth technically. Yeah, my fourth pick in the all-time draft at center field, I'm going to go with Ricky Henderson.
Oh,
So all-time stolen base leader. I will gladly take that on my team. So I've already got some pop, and I've got a guy that's definitely going to be getting on as my leadoff man, going to steal some bases. So gladly will take Ricky Henderson there, and then I am up once again. I guess this is where I'll finally take my current player, one of my first current players anyway, and this one this is mainly going to be for him and his hitter role rather than his pitching role, but I'm going to go with Shohei Ohtani at DH.
I felt like that was coming. That's why I didn't even put him on there.
You just took 2 guys off my board in one swing.
It happens. I'm sure that's going to happen with me. So yeah, those are my 2 picks. So
All right, gonna put myself back on the clock real quick. I feel like I just picked a current player. Break just picked a current player. Part of me says maybe I should go with another current player. Part of me says maybe I shouldn't. But I think I'm going to go ahead and make my selection. And I am going to select my catcher with the next pick, Ivan Rodriguez.
oh man, you took mine. Oh, I was hoping Ivan would stick around just a little longer, but and he was going to be my next one. But all right, let's start fishing for another.
That's a little
That's
bit of
all
revenge
right.
for taking Randy Johnson.
Yep.
I had him on my 4.
That's all right. Hey, I had a feeling this was going to happen. So, I mean, I already have another guy kind of in mind as well, but we'll see how this plays out.
All right, so that puts me on the clock now. Okay, well, since you guys have already taken your first present day player, I think I'm going to go ahead and take my first present day player. My pick is in, and that fella is going to be Aaron Judge to play center field.
Oh.
Nice. I like that pick. It's a good pick there.
And then right back on the clock I go. I think I'm just going to lock it in. My second baseman pick is in. Ryan Sandberg.
He was on my list. That's a good pick. Nice.
Alrighty, and that puts me right back
Whew.
on the clock. So I guess.
Have to find a new second baseman now.
Yeah.
I'll think, though.
I'm afraid if I leave him on the board long enough and don't pick him until later, I feel like he'll be gone because of his talent. So I'm going to lock my pick in. And with the next pick in the draft, I will be selecting none other than Bobby Witt Jr. to play shortstop for me.
Oh my goodness! I actually thought you were gonna pull my guy. Bobby Witt's a good pick, but I actually thought you were going to pull my other guy that I was really wanting. Okay, so now it's back to me, and I've got back-to-back picks. I'm really just gonna start to solidify this starting rotation, and then finally my relief pitching. So my pick is in for my sixth overall. I'm going with Pedro Martinez
Oh my god.
for my starting rotation. So my three-headed monster of Maddox, Johnson, Martinez. I'll gladly take that.
That is.
And then I also have my seventh pick, and this is going to allow my team to be a shutdown team in the final innings. I'm going with my closer, Mariano Rivera.
Oh, solid pick. Solid pick.
Solid.
Okay, well, I guess that really puts me back on the clock then, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I feel like, I mean, I'm going to have to burn some time so that way I can find a new pitcher again. But
You got 30 seconds. You're all good.
yeah, I might as well go ahead. I have some other pitchers selected though, so I'm all good. So I'm going to put in my pick, and with the next pick in the draft, I will be selecting Joe Morgan to play second base.
Oh, nice. I like
Ooh,
Joe.
Okay.
That's actually a really good pick. I like Joe.
Right. That puts me back on the clock. All right. No, I think I need to take another pitcher. So my pick is in, and for my second starting pitcher, I will be taking Oral Hershiser.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. I like that.
I had to look up how to spell his name.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's your starter.
And then, yep, starter.
Okay, I want to make sure.
And then I'm going to, with my next pick, my pick is in. I'm going to take Yadier Molina to play catcher.
Nice. I had a feeling you were gonna go with him. That's definitely a good one.
Okay, and well, that definitely puts me back on the clock. So, I feel like I need to get one back. I feel like I need to get another starting pitcher because I've only got Saberhagen sitting up there. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my next pick. And my next pick in the draft, that is going to be none other than Tom Seaver.
Like that.
I like it.
Okay, so this kind of puts me in a tough spot here. Okay, so I've got back-to-back picks. Man, I'm concerned with where I use my current pick at. I only have one current one. Let's go with my next current. We'll go ahead and I'll I'll get another guy out of the way that's a really good, or that's had a very good career. Not necessarily the best player right now, but if you're looking at his career numbers as a whole, definitely had a great career. So I'll get my fourth starting pitcher out of the way. So my pick is in, and I'm gonna go with Clayton Kershaw as my fourth starting pitcher.
Solid.
Can I
Okay.
put a pause on the draft for 1 second?
Yes, of course.
I just want to. Did you say earlier we could not take anyone on the injured list? Did you say that earlier today?
You are right, Matt. I
And
did. That is it. He is on the injured list. My
I
fault.
I say
My
I
fault.
didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but
No,
he was
that's
just
okay.
put on the injured list.
That's okay.
Save you there.
That's okay. Okay. So I guess I'm still back on the clock. Okay. Let me
Yeah, we'll grant a pass on that one. I didn't even realize that
Yep.
was a rule. So.
Yep, that's my fault. That's my fault. Yep. Thank you for reminding me of the rule, Matt. Okay. Um okay, I'm gonna go with switch this up. I guess I'll go with an all-timer then. I guess for right field, I'm going to go with my pick of Ken Griffey Jr. So he is definitely going to play right field for me. So outfield solidified with Bonds, Ricky Henderson, Ken Griffey Jr. And then for my next pick, let's see if I can still make it a current guy. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. My next pick is in then. For my current player for pitching, I think that I'm going to roll with Chris Sale.
Ooh.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you again, Matt, for reminding me of that rule that I said earlier. My fault.
You are welcome. All good. Because granted, he just got put on the DL like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm. I swear to God, if I can see Chris Sale's here, I'm gonna actually make.
Okay, well that puts me right back on the clock, and I feel like I've got to go ahead and pick up a solid closer. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my pick, and with the next pick in the 2024 all-time MLB Draft, I'm going to be selecting current closer Emmanuel Clase.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. That puts me back on this clock here. And I think I'm going to take my second of 3 current guys. And my pick is in. At the DH position, I will be taking Bryce Harper.
Oh.
Good pick. Pretty good.
Very solid. Very solid.
And then... this is where I don't know where I should be going. I'm going to go... My pick is in. For my next starting pitcher, I am going to take Tim Lincecum.
Oh.
Ooh. Wow. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Wow. I like that pick. That's actually really good. I didn't even realize. Holy smokes, that's a good pick.
Okay, well
So
that...
that puts Caleb back up.
Yeah, that does put me back up. Okay. And so I was bouncing around a few positions to decide what to pick for this next one. But I'm going to go ahead and put in my pick. Really glad that he's still here. And with the next pick in this draft, I'll be selecting right fielder Tony Gwynn.
I was bouncing back and forth on who I wanted. I was bouncing back and forth on who I wanted for right field, either Ken Griffey or taking him. But I think I have some other guys that are going to probably be able to not necessarily fill his shoes, but come close. Okay. So that brings me back up, and I'll have back-to-back picks. So I think I'm going to finish out my last current player, I'll go ahead and I'll take my first just regular reliever. And so the pick is in. And with the next pick in the 2024 all-time draft, I'm taking Johan Duran at relief pitcher.
Ooh, that is very, very
So,
solid.
yes.
He's got a really cool run out too.
Definitely does. Very, very happy with that pick. But I think that I think my next guy, I'm gonna go ahead and solidify him just to make sure that I get him because I'm honestly surprised he has not been picked at this point. So my next pick is in, and with my next pick in the 2024 all-time draft, I'm going with the third baseman here, and it is Mike Schmidt.
It's a solid selection. Okay, well, that puts me back up. And I was really bouncing around. This is the other guy that goes hand in hand with my last pick. I was bouncing around on who to put where, and I kind of looked at Tony Gwynn's stats and saw that he had a little bit better defense than this guy that I'm going to be selecting. My pick is in, and in this, with the next pick in the 2024 all-time draft, at DH, I'm going to be putting Larry Walker.
It's a good pick.
Good man there. Good man. All right. Well, that gets me back on the clock, and man, I'm really upset Tony Gwynn got taken. I think I shouldn't have waited a little too long for him, but I found my replacement with my next pick in this 2024 all-time draft. I'm going to take my right fielder, Reggie Jackson.
Oh, Mr. Jackson.
Solid.
And then with my next pick after that, my pick is in. I am going to take for my shortstop, Derek Jeter.
Oh,
Pretty good there. Pretty good.
that is very good. Okay. Well, that puts me back on the clock, and part of me wanted to go position player, but I only got 2 left. I don't think any of those guys are getting picked, so I think I need to start balancing out this rotation a little bit. So my pick is in, and with the next pick in the 2024 all-time fantasy draft, I will be selecting none other than Zach Greinke.
Nice.
I like that.
Nice. I do like that a lot. Okay. Where do I go from here? Debating on whether or not I want to finish up my starting rotation yet, or if I want us to get some more position players. Man, this is tough. So taking some time on my pick here. Oh, this is tough. Okay, I think my next pick is in already. Um, so with my next pick in the 2024 all-time draft, I think that I'm going to go with John Schmaltz as a starting pitcher. So that finishes off my starting rotation. So glad with that. And then I think I'm gonna get another position player here, start to fill the rest of those in. So at my shortstop here, for my next pick, so my picks in for shortstop. In the MLB 24 all-time draft, I am selecting Cal Ripken Jr.
I was surprised that he made it this far. Oh man.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a tough one. I had a couple people to decide upon there, but definitely glad I picked that guy. So
Okay, well that puts me up next, and only got 5 picks left. Can you guys believe that? Anyways,
Yeah, that's blew 'em by.
yeah, but I think I need to go pitching again. So my pick is in, and with the next pick in this 2024 all-time fantasy draft, I will be selecting at my fourth starting pitcher, Andy Pettit.
I like Pettit.
That's a good pick. Okay, so that puts me back on the clock. So I think I'm gonna go back to the starting rotation. My pick is in, and I'm going to take Tom Glavine.
Oh,
Nice.
And I will go. Gonna solidify my closer spot with this next pick in the 2024 all-time baseball draft and take Trevor Hoffman.
that's a very solid pick. Oh dear,
Definitely
that
like that.
means I'm up. Okay, well, I got two position players, two pitchers to pick from, and I feel like pitching's the way to go here. So I'm gonna put my pick in, and with the very next pick to solidify my rotation in this 2024 all-time MLB fantasy draft, I will be selecting. He's got a funny name, but he is Gaylord Perry.
Nice. Nice. Do like that. Hmm. Here's where I here's where I struggle a bit. Hmm. Man, I definitely think that I waited way too long to get a second baseman here, but there's definitely some guys that I have in mind. So I think that's probably gonna be my next pick is second base. So my pick is in, and with my next pick in the MLB all-time draft at second base, I'm gonna go with Craig Biggio.
Very solid pick.
Yep. Yep. All right. Now for my next one. Who do I go with first? Oh man, I have two guys in mind. I'm not sure which one I want to pick first here. Um, you know what? We actually have quite a bit of pop on this team. I'm gonna change this pick really quick. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. Okay. My pick is in. I'm gonna go with a first baseman. So for my next pick in the 2024 MLB all-time draft, at first base, I'm going with Pete Rose.
Very, very, very solid. Okay, and that puts me back up. Um, so I can either go pitching or I can go position, and I feel like I need to go position here. So I'm gonna put in my pick, and with the next pick in this draft, I will be selecting center fielder Carlos Beltran.
Nice.
All right, so that puts me back on the clock.
And
All
these are
right.
your last two, correct?
Yeah, we're down to the last two.
Really? Because I have bowled
wait.
all my guys, and I've still got three
Oh,
positions
my
left to
fault.
take.
Oh yeah,
My
you
fault.
guys got three. I've only got two because I
Yeah,
picked them later.
I only have two.
I'll have the last pick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Mr. Irrelevant.
It's
That's
very
true.
relevant.
Yep. Oh man, I really don't know who to pick here. All right, I think with my My pick is in, and my left fielder is going to be Manny Ramirez.
Pretty solid there.
Then I'm going to go back and finish out my rotation. My pick is in. My last starting pitcher is going to be David Cone.
Very nice. Okay, so that puts Caleb back up with your second to last one.
Okay, and I already have a great idea as to who I'm going to go with for my second to last pick, and so I'm going to go ahead and put that in with the very next pick in this fantasy draft. I'm going to be selecting my other relief pitcher, Bruce Sutter.
Nice. Definitely a good one there. All right. I pretty much already have my 2 back-to-back picks in, but I'll do the draft the right way. So with my second to last pick in the MLB draft, I'm going to finish up my relievers, and I'm going to go with Raleigh Fingers as my next relief pitcher.
Very nice, very nice.
And then the quote unquote Mr. Irrelevant pick for me, even though he is not irrelevant at all, and he's one of the best catchers of all time, definitely. So I'm going to finish up the 24 MLB all time draft selecting Johnny Bench at catcher.
I am surprised he fell this far. Okay, and that means that I get to make my final pick, and I'm kind of glad that he made it this far. So, to wrap this all up, with my final pick in this fantasy draft, I'm going to be selecting left fielder Tim Raines.
Nice.
Okay, and I will finish this 2024 all-time MLB draft off with my last current day player. At relief pitcher, I'll be taking Ryan Helsley.
All right.
Very nice. Well, I guess that'll be the end of this. I'm sure that Caleb will insert the graphics of everybody's team if he hasn't already. I'm sure he probably has the whole board up. Yep, there it is. So, thank you all for watching again. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like to comment who you think is the who has the best team out of everybody, you may do so. If you would like to say that our teams absolutely sucked, you can say that as well. But and yeah, you can maybe you guys can put together possibly a better team in your eyes. So from just review the rules that I stated at the very beginning of the video, and see if maybe you can put together a better team than us in the comments. Try that out. But with that being said, we are Field and Diamond Talks, and thank you for watching.